Welcome to Stoic In Your Life, where ancient wisdom meets modern challenges. Today we delve into a profound yet often misunderstood aspect of Stoicism, the art of letting go. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. In a world where clinging to people and situations is often mistaken for love and commitment, I invite you to explore a different path, one of detachment. This concept may seem controversial, perhaps even counterintuitive. After all, isn't attachment the very fabric of our relationships and desires? Yet, what if I told you that detachment, when understood and practiced in the Stoic sense, could be the key to a more fulfilling and emotionally healthy life? In this video, we're not just scratching the surface. We're diving deep into the less trodden paths of emotional and material detachment. Together, we'll uncover psychological practices and Stoic perspectives that, while seemingly contradictory, are vital for emotional resilience and personal growth. This journey is about breaking free from the invisible shackles that bind us, allowing us to forge stronger, healthier emotional bonds. So, are you ready for a journey of rapid and profound transformation? A journey that challenges your deepest beliefs and opens the door to true emotional liberation. Don't forget to subscribe to Stoic In Your Life, activate the notification bell, and leave a like. Join us on this enlightening journey of self-discovery and emotional freedom. Let's unravel this mystery together. Shall we begin? Seeking a period of separation, not with the intention of creating a void, but to gain clarity. Embarking on the journey of letting go, whether it be of people or situations, is akin to navigating through a dense fog, seeking clarity and understanding. The first step in this process is to seek a period of separation. This isn't about creating a void in your life, but rather about gaining a much-needed perspective. Imagine yourself in the midst of a bustling celebration, where the air is thick with the sound of loud music and animated conversations. In such a setting, discerning the gentle whisper of a friend becomes a formidable task. This scenario mirrors our lives when we are deeply entangled in relationships or situations. Our emotions, much like the noise at the party, can cloud our mental clarity, making it challenging to perceive things as they truly are. Stepping back from these situations is akin to moving away from the cacophony of the party to a tranquil space. It's in this serenity that we can hear our own thoughts and engage in deeper reflection. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher renowned for his profound insights, emphasized the importance of this return to oneself. It's a journey that involves not just physical distance but also mental and emotional detachment. When our judgment is clouded by emotions, creating distance allows us to observe these feelings as one would admire clouds drifting across the sky. It's recognizing that these emotions are transient and separate from our core being. This detachment is not to be mistaken for indifference. Rather, it's a method of confronting the situation and our reactions to it with objectivity. It's like analyzing the entire chessboard rather than fixating on a single piece. In our modern world, it's not necessary to retreat to a rural village as the ancient Stoics might have suggested. Sometimes the act of turning off your cell phone, taking a leisurely walk, or simply sitting in silence in a room can be profoundly effective. The key is to find a space where your thoughts and emotions are not overwhelmed by the relentless noise of daily life. In these moments of quietude, we unearth the ability to make decisions not based on fleeting emotional responses, but grounded in logical reasoning, deep reflection, and our intrinsic wisdom. This step back is a powerful tool, a transition to a space where you can breathe freely and see beyond the fog of the present moment. To augment this wisdom, let us recall the words of Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher. "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote resonates deeply with the process of letting go. It reminds us that our strength lies in our ability to control our reactions and perceptions, not the external circumstances or people in our lives. In conclusion, the art of letting go as guided by Stoic principles, is about finding clarity amidst the chaos of our attachments. It's about understanding that detachment is not a loss, but a path to true freedom and wisdom. By stepping back, we gain the perspective needed to navigate life's challenges with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, embodying the very essence of Stoicism in our modern hustle. Pondering the need for distance. In the realm of Stoicism, the act of distancing oneself from certain people or situations is not a hasty decision, but rather a thoughtful process that mirrors the Stoic virtues of wisdom and self-control. Picture your life as a grand sea voyage where the various individuals you encounter are akin to the diverse winds and currents at sea. Some of these elements aid in your smooth navigation, while others might steer you towards stormy waters. As the captain of your vessel, it's essential to wisely choose which winds to harness and which tempests to avoid. This isn't about fleeing from challenges, but rather about strategically directing your life in a way that aligns with your core values and personal well-being. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to wisdom, highlighted the significance of surrounding ourselves with people who resonate with our innermost selves. When you view your relationships as mirrors, they reflect back at you either tranquility, growth, and understanding, or alternatively, unease, discomfort, and turmoil. Detaching from certain relationships isn't about renouncing them. It's about making a deliberate choice to maintain your integrity and moral compass. Stoicism doesn't call for cold, unfeeling logic, but rather for a discerning wisdom that helps us evaluate what others bring into our lives, be it harmony or discord. In contemplating this choice, it's vital to recall Epictetus's words, "We are not disturbed by what happens, but by our thoughts about what happens." The decision to create distance is not solely about the other person, but more about how you perceive their influence on your life. They might represent ether, a pivotal chapter in your personal growth, or a mere digression from your intended path. Choosing to distance yourself is, in essence, an endeavor to craft a life narrative that fills you with pride. This choice signifies a deep commitment to staying true to yourself, your values, and your life's journey. Stoicism teaches us to cherish relationships that enrich our life story and to gracefully step back from those that detract from it. The goal isn't to meticulously curate every person and experience in our lives, but to forge a life story that is authentic and meaningful. To further illustrate this concept, consider the story of a renowned artist who in his youth was surrounded by peers who didn't share his passion for art. Despite their long-standing friendships, he realized that their presence was more of a hindrance than a help in his artistic journey. He made the difficult decision to distance himself from these friends, not out of malice, but to align his social circle with his personal aspirations and values. Years later, surrounded by fellow artists and enthusiasts, he found that this decision had been pivotal in shaping a fulfilling and authentic life, true to his passion and values. In conclusion, the lesson here is not just about distancing oneself from others, but about understanding and aligning with your true self. It's about recognizing that every person and situation in your life should contribute to your growth, well-being, and authenticity. As a Stoic, it's crucial to be mindful of the influences around you and to make choices that resonate with your innermost values and aspirations. This approach not only leads to personal growth and fulfillment, but also ensures that your life story is one that you can look back on with pride and a sense of true accomplishment. To engage in a conversation with someone you trust, someone you deeply trust as your lighthouse in the stormy seas of life, a beacon guiding you towards clarity and understanding. Imagine you're piecing together a puzzle, and life's challenges are the mismatched pieces. In these moments, the wisdom of Stoicism shines brightly, illuminating the path forward. Stoic thinkers, with their remarkable resilience, underscored the significance of human connections. They teach us that a trustworthy companion is akin to an anchor, steadying us amidst life's tumultuous waves. This dialogue is more than a mere exchange of words. It's akin to navigating through life with a co-pilot. When your internal compass falters, this person helps realign your direction. Seneca, a sage with a deep comprehension of the human psyche, cherished the insights born from such interactions. He likened a friend to a mirror, reflecting not just our external image but the core of our being. This exchange isn't solely about seeing ourselves in another. It's an exploration of our life's journey. By opening up, we invite them into our inner world, offering a glimpse into our thoughts and emotions. This act of sharing fosters a sanctuary of mutual understanding and support. It's a space where empathy and wisdom intertwine, where the words of your confidant can sparkle with unexpected insights, shedding light on new perspectives. Choosing this person is a deliberate act, selecting someone who resonates with your values and ideals. They become a resonator of your thoughts, guiding you through the labyrinth of emotions and ideas. Their role isn't to fix your problems but to listen, a simple yet profound act of support. Their presence is a reminder that you're not alone on this journey. In the exchange of thoughts, you might uncover wisdom in their words, little sparks that illuminate your path. Stoicism teaches us to confront life's hurdles with calmness and the backing of a supportive community. Your confidant is an integral part of this circle, reinforcing the idea that strength often emerges from unity. Letting go of people or situations doesn't mean abandoning our humanity. On the contrary, it's through these human connections that we gain the strength and vision to navigate life's complex tapestry. In your dialogues with this trusted individual, which go beyond superficial chatter, you discover bridges to clarity and anchors to steady you in the ever-changing tides of existence. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, who said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." In these conversations, you're not just seeking advice or solace, you're aligning yourself with the rhythm of life, finding harmony within and without. So, as you walk the path of Stoicism, remember the power of a trusted confidant. They are more than just a sounding board, they are your partner in navigating the complexities of life, helping you to let go, to understand, and to move forward with serenity and resilience. Establishing boundaries for our emotions. In the journey of life, especially as we navigate the complex terrain of our middle years, the art of managing emotions becomes a pivotal skill. This is akin to being the captain of a ship amidst a tempestuous sea. The emotional waves we encounter are robust and often daunting. Stoicism, a beacon of wisdom, does not advocate for evading these turbulent waters, but rather teaches us to sail through them with adeptness and insight. This involves discerning when to let the waves guide us and when to firmly grasp the helm of our emotional ship. The essence of being human is deeply intertwined with emotions. Yet, without well-defined boundaries, these emotions can lead us astray. The mastery lies in experiencing these emotions without being engulfed by them. Epictetus, a sage with a deep understanding of the human psyche, enlightens us with the notion that it's not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. This insight is fundamental in setting emotional boundaries. It's like having a vigilant caretaker in our minds, one who courteously greets each visitor, our emotions, but does not permit them to overrun our inner sanctum. Consider the emotion of anger. We recognize its presence, comprehend its root, but refrain from letting it govern our actions or sentiments. To demarcate our emotions is to engage in a dialogue with them, acknowledging their purpose and guiding them so they don't overshadow our rationality. In practical terms, this might involve giving ourselves a time frame to experience a particular emotion. We might say, "For this moment, I will embrace this frustration, but thereafter, I will shift my focus to finding solutions." This approach doesn't imply a denial of emotions, but rather a strategic management of their impact on us. This process is akin to the equilibrium of a tightrope walker, who is acutely aware of the peril but keeps their gaze fixed on the rope. By adopting this method, we honor our emotions without becoming ensnared by them. We allow ourselves to feel, to understand, and then we channel these emotions towards a state of equilibrium and rationality. This is not about suppressing our emotions. It's about their moderation and wise governance. To enhance this perspective, let us recall the words of Stoic philosopher Seneca, who said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This profound statement resonates with the Stoic principle of focusing on our internal reactions rather than external events. It encourages us to examine our emotional responses and reframe them in a way that aligns with our rational understanding. In the context of modern life, where the pace is relentless and challenges are constant, this Stoic approach to emotional management is not just relevant but essential. It offers a framework for us to navigate the complexities of relationships, work, and personal growth. The advice here is to practice this emotional discernment daily. Start by identifying one emotion that frequently surfaces and experiment with setting boundaries around it. Observe how this changes your interactions and decision-making processes. In conclusion, establishing emotional boundaries as taught by Stoicism is a vital skill for those in the prime of their lives. It's about understanding our emotions, engaging with them wisely, and ensuring they complement rather than control our journey. By doing so, we can maintain a serene mind and a resilient spirit, embodying the true essence of Stoicism in our everyday lives. To carefully evaluate the potential consequences of this separation, in the journey of letting go, the fifth step is a crucial one: the careful evaluation of the potential consequences of separation. This stage is where the essence of Stoicism shines, advocating for a pause and deep reflection at life's crossroads. It's not about making swift decisions, but rather about contemplating each path as a doorway to various futures. Consider the path of detachment. What does it hold for you? Growth, inner peace, and a stronger sense of self? Or perhaps a lingering sense of regret and yearning for what you've left behind? This isn't about predicting the future with pinpoint accuracy, but rather about preparing wisely. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who shouldered the immense responsibility of ruling an empire, often reflected on his past to shape his expectations of the future. This mirrors the Stoic practice of using past experiences as a guiding light for future choices. Reflect on your own experiences of distancing. Did these moments bring clarity and peace, or did they lead to feelings of isolation and regret? Use these reflections as a guide, drawing lessons from the past to navigate what lies ahead. Moreover, consider the impact of your decision on others. Stoicism teaches us to find a balance between our personal needs and the collective good. When choosing to detach, ask yourself whether this decision will foster your growth and positively affect those around you, or if it might inadvertently cause harm or misunderstandings. This step transcends mere self-interest. It's about harmonizing your well-being with the larger context of your life. It's akin to walking mindfully in a garden, ensuring that each step you take nurtures growth, rather than causing destruction. From a Stoic viewpoint, detachment is a deliberate act of wisdom, a decision that weighs not just personal gain but also the intricate web of relationships we are part of. Now let's consider a story that resonates with this concept. Imagine a gardener tending to a vast and diverse garden. Each plant in this garden represents a relationship or situation in life. Some plants thrive, contributing to the garden's beauty, while others might be wilting, draining the garden's resources. The gardener, much like a Stoic practitioner, must decide which plants to nurture and which to let go of. This decision isn't made hastily. It requires careful consideration of how each plant affects the garden's overall health and harmony. The gardener knows that removing certain plants, though painful, might be necessary for the garden's flourishing and for the growth of other plants. This allegory mirrors our own lives, where letting go of certain relationships or situations, though difficult, might be essential for personal growth and the well-being of the collective. In conclusion, the lesson for our audience is clear. Detachment, as guided by Stoicism, is not a rash escape but a thoughtful journey. It involves looking back at our past experiences, understanding their impact on our present, and foreseeing how our decisions might shape our future and that of others. It's about making choices that not only foster personal development, but also contribute positively to the lives around us. As you navigate through the complexities of detachment, remember that each decision is a step in the garden of life where mindful steps can lead to a harmonious and flourishing existence. To give yourself a break from social media, your mind is a serene lake, its surface smooth and undisturbed. Now envision social media as a relentless downpour of raindrops, each tweet, notification, and post rippling across the calm waters of your consciousness. This analogy, deeply rooted in ancient wisdom, remains profoundly relevant in our digital era. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca, who often pondered the ephemeral nature of life, would likely view social media as a modern wellspring of endless unnecessary distractions, particularly when we strive to detach and find inner peace. This step in our Stoic journey is about consciously reclaiming our time and attention, choosing wisely where to invest our most precious resource. In the world of likes and shares, our focus is a prized commodity. By stepping back from these platforms, we're not merely dodging a digital onslaught, we're creating a sanctuary for our minds to rest and reflect. Imagine drawing the curtains to soften the din of a bustling street outside. The noise remains, yet for a moment, it fades from our immediate awareness. In this newfound quiet, we find a space ripe for introspection and comprehension. Taking a hiatus from social media isn't an escape. It's an act of self-care, a discernment between what empowers us and what depletes us. In this interlude, observe the shift in your mental landscape, a newfound tranquility, an acute awareness of your thoughts and feelings. This heightened self-awareness lies at the heart of Stoicism. It's about discerning what's within our power and releasing our grip on what isn't. We might not be able to halt the rain, but we can choose to seek shelter, appreciating the rhythm of the raindrops without being drenched by them. Pausing our digital interactions can feel like stepping off a fast-moving train, but it's in this stillness that we uncover clarity. As we momentarily withdraw from the online world, let's heed Seneca's wisdom and use this time for enriching pursuits like reading, walking, journaling, or indulging in hobbies that rejuvenate our souls. This respite is an opportunity to reconnect with our inner selves, to rediscover our core in the quiet, away from the collective noise. It's a chance to reflect on the words of another Stoic sage, Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In this digital detox, we're not just stepping back from social media. We're stepping closer to ourselves, embracing the Stoic practice of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. As we navigate this path, let's remember that Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or avoiding life's challenges. It's about embracing them with a clear mind and a resilient spirit. By temporarily disengaging from social media, we're not shunning the modern world, but choosing to engage with it more mindfully and purposefully. This practice is a testament to our ability to adapt ancient wisdom to contemporary challenges, finding tranquility amidst turmoil, and strength in stillness. Deliberately focus on your most fundamental needs. This step is crucial for nurturing our inner growth and well-being, guiding us to turn our attention to the core of our being. It's about stripping away the unnecessary, the noise, the trivialities, and honing in on what truly nourishes our soul. This process is akin to tending a garden, where we must identify the essential elements for our flourishing. Just as plants require sunlight and water, we must discern what is indispensable for our emotional and spiritual growth. In this context, it's enlightening to reflect on the teachings of Epicurus, a philosopher who, despite being born and thriving amidst adversity, profoundly understood the importance of focusing on what is essential. His philosophy teaches us to distinguish between the necessary and the superfluous. Epicurus famously stated, "True wealth is not having many possessions, but in having few needs." This wisdom is incredibly relevant in our modern lives, where we often equate happiness with material abundance. By applying this philosophy to our emotional life, we can reflect on what is truly necessary for us to feel fulfilled, stable, and at peace. Moreover, to enhance our understanding, let's recall a quote from Stoic philosopher Seneca, who said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This sentiment resonates with the Stoic principle of focusing on our fundamental needs. It encourages us to let go of the endless pursuit of more possessions, more accolades, more validation, and instead, cultivate contentment and peace within ourselves. In a world brimming with endless choices and distractions, it's often the case that less is indeed more. The art of finding true contentment lies not in the abundance of possessions or experiences, but in the depth and simplicity of what genuinely brings us happiness and peace. This could mean different things for different people. Perhaps it's found in moments of solitude, in deep and meaningful conversations, in immersing oneself in a beloved hobby, or in any other activity that feeds the soul. Think of life as a journey, and in preparing for this journey, it's crucial to pack wisely. This means identifying and prioritizing those essential needs that truly add value to your life, much like carefully selecting what to pack in a suitcase. This process of discernment helps in shedding the unnecessary baggage, be it people, situations, or material possessions that don't resonate with your core needs. By focusing your life around these essentials, you lay down a foundation of stability and contentment that can weather any storm. However, this isn't a one-off task, it's a continuous evolving process. As you navigate through the different stages of life, it's important to keep revisiting and realigning these fundamental needs. They are like a compass, guiding you through life's complexities with clarity and purpose. This ongoing journey of self-reflection and adjustment is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living intentionally, not just merely existing. It's about making conscious choices that align with our inner values and principles. This philosophy encourages us to embrace life's experiences, both good and bad, with equanimity and resilience. It reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. To illustrate this, let's consider the story of a Stoic philosopher who, when faced with the loss of his possessions, remarked, "I have lost nothing that belongs to me." This story encapsulates the Stoic belief in focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and letting go of what isn't. It's a powerful reminder that our true possessions are our values, our character, and our ability to choose our responses. Incorporating these Stoic principles into our daily lives can be transformative. It involves practicing gratitude, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and understanding that true happiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. As we conclude, remember that the journey of Stoicism is not just about understanding these principles, but living them. It's about finding joy in the present moment, appreciating the simple things in life, and understanding that gratitude is a key to inner peace. So, as you reflect on today's content, feel free to share your thoughts or simply comment, "I am Stoic," along with today's date. Your engagement helps in spreading these timeless lessons, making our journey through life a little more enlightened and a lot more fulfilling. The celebration of gratitude and the recognition of the present. This stage is a cornerstone in the Stoic path, where we embrace gratitude not just as a virtue, but as a way of life. It's about taking a moment to deeply appreciate what we have right now, recognizing the hidden blessings and valuable lessons in each of our experiences. Gratitude in Stoicism isn't just about being thankful for life's joys. It's also about valuing the learning that comes from our challenges. When we nurture a grateful heart, we begin to see the world and our experiences through a new lens. What once seemed like obstacles now become stepping stones, guiding us towards personal growth and fortifying our character. This shift in perspective is transformative. It moves us from focusing on what we lack to deeply appreciating the blessings we have. Regularly acknowledging these blessings, whether they're meaningful interactions, the beauty of nature, or moments of tranquility and introspection, enhances our ability to live in the present. This practice enriches our emotional resilience, allowing us to face life's ebbs and flows with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. Imagine weaving a vibrant tapestry of life where each thread of gratitude adds its unique color and texture. This step in our Stoic journey is about celebrating life in all its forms, seeing each experience as a precious chance for learning and growth. By weaving gratitude into our process of letting go, we unlock a deeper connection with the present and gain a richer understanding of life's essence. It's like discovering a hidden treasure, where the true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the lessons we glean from our experiences. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This encapsulates the essence of this step, finding joy and meaning in the now, irrespective of what the future holds. So I invite you, dear listener, to step into this realm of gratitude with enthusiasm and curiosity. Embrace this 8th step as a key to a fuller, more meaningful existence. Let's journey together, exploring how each moment, each encounter, and each challenge can be a source of profound gratitude and learning. Remember, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So let's fill our thoughts with gratitude and embrace the present with open arms, transforming our lives into a beautiful mosaic of experiences, rich in wisdom and joy. Embracing flexibility and the art of change, too. This stage, essential in the Stoic path, beckons us to acknowledge the impermanence of all things and the inherent unpredictability of the world. Consider life as an ever-flowing river, where events and circumstances are currents, some within our grasp and others far beyond. Our true power lies not in attempting to control these currents, but in mastering our reactions and attitudes towards them. The essence of flexibility in this context transcends mere passive acceptance. It is an active, dynamic process of adaptation. It involves shedding old skins of perception and attachment, daring to step into the unknown with a heart full of courage. This concept of flexibility is akin to skillfully navigating a capricious river. We don't abandon our core values and principles. Rather, we seek adaptable ways to uphold them under varying circumstances. This practice of mental and emotional agility cultivates resilience. By welcoming change as an integral part of existence, we minimize the resistance and anguish that often accompany attempts to defy the inevitable. Instead, we learn to harmonize with life's rhythm, transforming obstacles into stepping stones for personal growth. Flexibility doesn't imply overlooking pain or trivializing challenges. It's about extracting wisdom from these experiences, fostering personal development. In the words of the great Stoic philosopher Seneca, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. This quote encapsulates the Stoic belief in the power of perspective and the courage to confront change. Step 9, therefore, is an invitation to a dance with life, to accept its unpredictable turns with elegance and modesty. It's a reminder that life is an unending voyage of discovery, where our capacity to adapt and learn fuels our ability to flourish amidst uncertainties. By integrating flexibility as a cornerstone in our quest for detachment, we equip ourselves for a life that is not only richer and more meaningful, but also marked by resilience and growth. This step, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, aligns seamlessly with our modern lives, offering timeless wisdom for navigating the complexities of our existence. It encourages us to view change not as a threat but as an opportunity for evolution, urging us to embrace life's ebb and flow with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. Practice empathy and sharing. In the realm of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches the art of living harmoniously with the inevitable tides of life, there lies a profound emphasis on the cultivation of empathy and the practice of sharing. This step, deeply rooted in Stoic principles, invites us to embark on a journey of meaningful connections and selfless contributions to the lives of others. Empathy, a cornerstone of this philosophy, is the ability to not only understand, but to deeply resonate with the feelings and perspectives of others. It's about listening with an open heart, stepping into the shoes of another, and acknowledging their emotional landscape as valid and significant. This practice of empathy enables us to forge connections that are rich in understanding and solidarity. It transforms our interactions, making them not just exchanges of words but bridges of genuine human connection. Sharing, in its essence, is an extension of empathy. It's an active endeavor to contribute to the well-being of others, whether through emotional support, sharing wisdom, or assisting in tangible ways. This act of sharing is not just about giving, it's about enriching. It enriches the lives of those we help and, in a beautiful cycle of reciprocity, enriches our own lives too. It strengthens our sense of purpose and fulfillment, reminding us that our actions can ripple outwards, touching lives and making a difference. In practicing these virtues, we must remember that Stoicism does not advocate for detachment in the sense of isolation or indifference. Rather, it encourages a form of detachment that enhances our relationships, making them more profound and authentic. Empathy and sharing are not just acts of kindness. They are the threads that weave the fabric of a compassionate and supportive community. By integrating empathy and sharing into our daily lives, we align ourselves with the Stoic values of virtue and kindness. This alignment brings about a life that is not only fulfilling, but also deeply connected to the world around us. In this Stoic approach, detachment is redefined. It does not render us indifferent, but rather makes us more aware, more present, and more genuinely connected to our fellow human beings. To illustrate this, let's consider the story of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. After suffering a shipwreck and losing nearly everything, Zeno found solace and purpose in philosophy. His misfortune became a catalyst for a life devoted to understanding human nature and fostering community. Zeno's story teaches us that even in loss we can find pathways to empathy and sharing. His journey from loss to enlightenment embodies the Stoic belief that true fulfillment comes from our connections with others and our contributions to their well-being. In conclusion, the practice of empathy and sharing is a vital step in the Stoic journey. It's about transforming our interactions into meaningful connections and our contributions into acts of genuine kindness. As we walk this path, we find that detachment in Stoicism is not about disengagement, but about engaging more deeply and authentically with the world. It's a call to live a life where our actions and interactions are guided by empathy, sharing, and a profound sense of connectedness. This is the essence of a fulfilling Stoic life, one that enriches not just ourselves but the world around us. Nourish your mind and body. In our journey of detachment, as we reach the 11th step, we turn our focus inward to the nurturing of our mind and body. This step is a cornerstone in achieving emotional and physical equilibrium amidst life's intricate tapestry. Let's embark on this crucial phase together. Imagine your mind as a garden. To flourish, it requires the gentle art of mindfulness and the introspective practice of self-reflection. Mindfulness is about being fully present, observing our thoughts and feelings without criticism. It's like watching the clouds pass in the sky of our mind, acknowledging their presence, but not holding on to them. This practice sharpens our mental clarity and eases stress. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This encapsulates the essence of mindfulness in Stoicism. Self-reflection, on the other hand, is like holding a mirror to our soul. It helps us recognize our habitual thoughts and actions, pinpointing areas ripe for growth and improvement. This introspection is not just about understanding ourselves, but also about transforming our insights into wisdom. But nourishing the mind doesn't stop there. It extends to feeding it with knowledge and creativity. Engage in reading, learning new things, and practicing creative arts. This not only broadens our horizons, but keeps our minds agile and curious, a state highly valued in Stoic philosophy. Now let's talk about the temple that houses this beautiful mind, our body. The Stoics believed in the harmony of mind and body. Healthy eating, regular exercise, and sufficient rest are not just acts of self-care. They are acts of respect towards the vessel that carries us through life. Remember, our body is the medium through which we experience the world, and its well-being is integral to a balanced life. This step in our path of detachment is a holistic approach. It's not merely about releasing ourselves from worries and stress. It's about actively investing in our physical and mental health. As we nurture our mind and body, we equip ourselves to confront life's challenges with resilience and calmness. We align with the Stoic virtues of wisdom and courage, understanding that self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity on this path. Seneca, another Stoic sage, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This step of nourishing our mind and body is a testament to this philosophy. It's about living in the present, caring for ourselves now, and thereby strengthening ourselves for whatever the future holds. In essence, this step is a gentle reminder that the journey of detachment is not just a mental or spiritual quest, but a physical one too. It's a harmonious blend of caring for the mind and the body, understanding that both are essential in our pursuit of a serene and resilient life. As we nurture ourselves, we become beacons of strength and wisdom, embodying the very principles of Stoicism in our everyday lives. Embarking on the journey of detachment, whether it be from complex situations, people, or various life circumstances, we find ourselves immersed in the profound and practical teachings of Stoicism. This ancient philosophy, enduring through millennia, invites us to pause and reflect on the underlying reasons prompting our detachment. It encourages engaging in thoughtful dialogues, setting emotional boundaries, and contemplating the outcomes of our decisions. As we gradually distance ourselves from the relentless bombardment of external stimuli, such as the pervasive influence of social media, and instead concentrate on our fundamental needs, our actions begin to resonate with the principles of Stoicism. This philosophy, steeped in timeless wisdom, enlightens us that detachment does not equate to a lack of emotional sensitivity. Rather, it's a journey towards inner peace and resilience, guiding us through the complexities of human relationships and the myriad challenges of life. Stoicism stands as a lighthouse, illuminating our path with inspiration and direction towards a life enriched with virtue, wisdom, and emotional fortitude. This philosophical school equips us to confront the unpredictability of life with a newfound calmness, and also enables us to foster deeper, more significant connections with ourselves and others. In this light, Stoicism emerges as an invaluable compass, directing us towards a more mindful and harmonious existence. In the words of the great Stoic philosopher Seneca, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This profound statement resonates deeply with the Stoic practice of detachment. It reminds us that our fears and anxieties are often products of our mind, and by embracing Stoicism, we learn to distinguish between our perceptions and the reality of situations, leading to a more liberated and contented life. In our modern world, where the pace of life is incessantly fast and often overwhelming, the Stoic practice of detachment becomes particularly relevant. It offers practical advice for letting go of those things beyond our control and focusing on what we can influence. By applying these principles, we can navigate our daily lives with more clarity and purpose, making decisions that are aligned with our core values and true to ourselves. In conclusion, the Stoic approach to detachment is not about severing connections or becoming indifferent, but about understanding the nature of our attachments and learning to let go gracefully. It's about finding strength in vulnerability, wisdom in simplicity, and joy in the present moment. As we integrate these teachings into our lives, we discover a path to a more fulfilling and balanced existence, one that resonates with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and is deeply relevant in our contemporary world. As we conclude our journey through the art of detachment, a Stoic approach to letting go of people and situations, it's essential to recognize the transformative power of this philosophy. Stoicism, a beacon of wisdom in the tumultuous sea of life, teaches us the art of emotional and mental liberation. It's not just about letting go, it's about embracing a new way of living, one that aligns with our deepest values and truths. Today we've navigated through the intricate process of detachment, understanding its profound impact on our lives. From stepping back to gain clarity, to establishing emotional boundaries, and embracing gratitude and flexibility, each step has been a vital part of this transformative journey. We've learned that detachment is not about severing ties or becoming indifferent, but about forging deeper, more meaningful connections with ourselves and the world around us. As we part ways in this video, I encourage you to reflect on these teachings and apply them in your daily life. Remember, detachment is a continuous journey, one that requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to embrace change. Before you go, I have a small request. If this video has resonated with you, if it has offered you a new perspective or a moment of clarity, please consider supporting our channel. Like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. And don't forget to turn on notifications. Your engagement helps us reach more people and continue to spread the timeless wisdom of Stoicism.